Here we go. Here we go. We got something very special for you today. Yeah. So here's the deal, Glockenspiel. Let's give an introduction here. I've got a special guest coming on. Guess what? It's going to be Santa Claus. Santa Claus is coming on. And I got to do the countdown thing right now. So we're going to get started in just a few seconds. Santa's booting up his computer. You didn't know that Santa had a computer, did you? Okay, dokie. Here we go.
Greetings, Internet friends. Welcome to another episode of the Synergy Cafe online show, featuring speaker, entertainer, close-up illusionist, and marketing alchemist, Magic Brad. It's the Internet lifestyle show about career, finance, relationships, spirituality, and wellness. We're moving the online chatter over to real-life activity. And now, please welcome your host of Synergy Cafe, Magic Brad.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and berries, guess who we got today? We got a special guest, a very special guest. He was busy as heck over the holidays, but now he's doing some of his side hustle jobs. And I met him in person at the expo that we just had. Oh my God, has it been a week or two? I think 2 weeks, March 8th. So guess who it is? It's Santa Claus. And he's in the green room right now. I got it all decked out. I went to Sam's Club and I got all sorts of digital hors d'oeuvres. He's back there, stuffing his face with our low-cal digital hors d'oeuvres. So let's find him. He's out here somewhere. Where are you, Santa? There he is.
Ho, 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 ho. In person.
Good day, Santa.
And in my casual attire for the day.
It looks like your pajamas.
Oh, no. Come on now. This is custom made by Mrs. Claus.
I saw that shirt that you were wearing at the expo when we were there, and you've got quite the wardrobe. You're kind of extravagant.
I do, and it's so much fun, and it doesn't matter. When you have this, it's the real deal, and you can have a lot of fun. So it doesn't matter what you're wearing.
So I just got to ask you, are you really strict on that naughty and nice thing? Do you ever, like, if kids are naughty, they don't get any presents?
Well, there's ways to get off the naughty list, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, being good. They can do a good deed, and that will garner them brownie points.
I thought you were going to say bribe you.
Oh, no. Bribery doesn't work, even with cookies and milk. And some of them get naughty and they want to say, well, maybe he needs a beer, or maybe he needs a shot of whiskey, or he has a chocolate eclair, or some of the extravagant things besides cookies.
That's what my mom and dad used to leave them a shot of brandy.
Well, there are times that are tougher getting down some of those chimneys, and when you start breathing in all that coal dust, it can be pretty hard on the throat,
I suppose. So I was just doing some research on it because I'm in the event business, as you know, because you're kind of like all-knowing. You kind of know all that stuff.
Well, I do know once in a while, yes, and you're doing a good job. There's things to improve on, like we all need to improve on certain things every now and then. But you're doing. Say what, Mrs. Claus?
Making your bed, Santa.
Making my bed. I am very lousy at making my bed. See, I'm put on the naughty list already.
That happens sometimes. You can get
done.
To it. So I found out, I did some research, and that Christmas in July thing is a real thing. People actually do host Christmas in July.
Absolutely, they do. They do all kinds of activities in July to bring out a lot of cheer in their world. And it doesn't have to be just at Christmas time. Christmas in July can be a lot of fun, can be many different things. I mean, I even spent time last year on the beach, and Santa was on the beach. And let me tell you, the looks that I got and the smiles and the laughter, it was absolutely amazing.
This is how they can get a hold of you if they want to have you come down and visit, right? Santa.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
that's good to know because
And
we do most of our stuff here in the Twin Cities, and I was just thinking, have you ever thought about throwing out the first ball at the St. Paul Saints?
well, that would be very interesting, and that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of different activities
had a
that
good
can
arm.
happen. Well, the arm's working on it. It's had its issues before, but sometimes Santa needs a chiropractor to help every now and then too, and we're working on that right now. We're getting some progress. Let's put it that way. It's not 100%, but by Christmas time next year, I'll be able to go up and down those chimneys, no problem. And
You
in
know,
July, who knows?
because you need those other gigs and stuff. You can't be just working a couple of months in December. It's I was wondering, Santa's got to have side hustles, and I understand you have like a DJ company too. You do some DJ business and stuff.
I do. And that's another thing that is absolutely incredible because there's nothing more heartwarming than making other people have a good time. And there's many ways to have a good time. And when I'm spinning those discs and getting people out on the dance floor, let me tell you, it can be very it can be a lot of fun, and it's not very stressful, which is kind of nice because Santa has, when he's dealing with all these elves, that can be a little stressful. But Wilbur's the head elf, and he does an amazing job of looking after different things.
But from doing that expo that you were at, I know that when all of a sudden these people all converge because all of a sudden there's this time frame that's the crunch time when all stuff's happening. So they come at me asking all these questions, and I bet you get a lot of that right around that December time. It's probably pretty stressful with everybody saying, we wanted this, we wanted that, we're supposed to have that. What about my kids?
Well, this is true, but you got to remember, mom and dads only have limited time frames and only have limited pocketbooks. And sometimes the kids, even the big kids, want more than a pocketbook will allow. And if you remember, if the gifts come from the heart, that means so much more to the people that are receiving it.
Well, that's what we're going to try and get you booked into some of these guys that do have the deeper pockets. Some of these corporate event planners that sponsor these big things. And
oh yes, that would be a lot of fun. And I am open to come down to the Twin Cities anytime because let me tell you, the Twin Cities is a big place, a big marketplace, and there is a lot of different activities that happen down in the Twin Cities that Santa shows up, it would make the party even better.
Let me pop up this little graphic and let people know that what you got available. You're from up there in the Brainerd, Nisswa, up more north, more near the North Pole, but you
right
come down to the Twin Cities here, right?
Absolutely. I love coming down to the Twin Cities. And I visited quite a few of the Twin Cities last December, and I made a lot of people smile, and I made a lot of kids break out in laughter because that's what it's all about. It's making kids smile. And kids, when you say kids, that means from 6 months to 99. There's no age limit to making people smile and laugh.
Well, that's what I noticed, that you're kind of international as well, because they've got like old Saint Nicholas. That's Santa.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Different names, different countries.
Yeah, absolutely. And different brothers do different things in different countries, and it can lead to all kinds of interesting activities.
Now, I didn't know if you knew about this, but with the whole synergy thing that I developed, we do a lot of social type functions. I don't like calling them networking events, but some people
Right?
call business networking. That doesn't
Yeah.
sound human enough. I call them more socials. And we're doing something over at the Mermaid. It's going to be a bowling event that I'm doing with this network and action group.
Wow.
And that's going to be happening. So if you're in town, you could drop by, and if you want, you can be more incognito. I know that I see you sometimes at coffee shops and stuff, and you're just wearing a regular baseball cap, and you're hiding a little
But
bit.
it's kind of hard to hide this, and it's amazing. The kids will ask questions on why you're doing certain things, but aren't you Santa Claus? I'm going, yes, but do you think I can hide this? Because, they're really smart and they understand real quick, even when you try and hide your identity, they still figure it out real quick.
Well, you're not the only one with a white beard on the planet.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of people out there with big white beards. Some of them are incognito.
They're your
Some of them
stunt
just
doubles.
say that again.
Your stunt doubles.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Santa, I'm going to pop this graphic up here again for anybody that is interested in hiring and booking you for any event. SantaPapaJohn.com right there. Now, you do a lot more than, give me some examples of other things that you do off season, because there's the Christmas in July as a given, but do you ever
Right?
do any appearances, special guest appearances for fundraisers or award banquets?
Oh, all different kinds of activities. Now, if you just think of it, if you want your party maybe stepped up a little bit and you want some where Santa might pop in and give away, if you're giving away yearly prizes or rewards to your employees,
Oh,
I
sure.
could definitely show up and be the guest of honor to reward your staff. That's an interesting concept that has always been very, very nice. And once again, I've been make people smile, and then all of a sudden, you being the boss, you're saying, "Well, here's an envelope, or here's the present because Susie did an amazing job for us this year, and we want to reward her." And what a special way to reward her would be with Santa, giving her the prize for the year.
So you work as like the MC for a employee recognition event or something like that.
Absolutely, that would be that brings You know, that makes the guy feel real special and makes the heart feel really warm.
Well, that's very cool. Well, Santa, I'm going to cut this a little short so we don't take up people's time because they got to go back to work to make the
Well,
money. If
maybe hopefully all the elves are not watching all of this because they are working overtime because let me tell you, they have already got a list this long of all the good little boys and girls. So they are making gifts over overload already. And of course, Mrs. Claus is busy making me more shirts, which I appreciate. But she also makes, she makes blankets. She makes baby blankets and hats and mitts for some of the kids and some of the elves that can't quite afford them. And she thoroughly enjoys doing that.
got to give to get, right?
Well, it's not all about receiving; it's about giving. And
You know,
when you have a big heart, it's very joyful to give a lot.
well, that's an interesting. I talked to some people about that as far as marketing because there's so much free stuff on the internet these days.
Oh, there is.
But if you're trying to grow something, you need to plant what you're growing. Like as an example, if you're trying to grow an apple tree, you need to use apple seeds. You can't
Correct.
put something in the dirt and expect an apple tree to grow. You gotta-
Well, and getting the name out in front of people, one times, two times, three times. They say the magic is seven times, and Santa Papa John would love to come out and help you, whatever your activity may be, whether it be in, working with photographers, working with businesses, working. Oh, I even do in-home visits too in December. Now, can you imagine the look on your kids' faces if I pop in the front door and say, Santa's here as an early little present to visit one-on-one with your children?
Very cool.
Very cool.
I think it's just a matter of getting creative, right? You got to get creative.
Absolutely. It's all about being creative.
Well, Santa PapaJohn, I'm going to pop you into the green room, and there are some more digital hors d'oeuvres back in there. We brought in some more stuff.
Absolutely.
If you want to
This has
hang
been
on,
a
I'll have
wonderful pleasure, and hopefully we'll get to visit with you again real soon.
Yeah, and stick around. I want to have a little chat with you before you take off. I know you're busy, but spare me a couple minutes.
Absolutely, I can
Thank
do
you,
that.
Santa PapaJohn.
Mrs. Claus says hello.
Hello.
Bye-bye. Merry Christmas. Oh, wait. Merry Christmas in July. There we go.
365 days.
Always Christmas.
Okay, thank you very much.
You bet.
Well, there he was, Santa PapaJohn, right there, and that's how you can find him. He's available if you want to book him, because you can't make all your money in 10 days. You got to people do it at the Minnesota State Fair, but Santa, he's got more things to deal with. He's got a lot of different, sleigh maintenance and feeding the deer and all that stuff. Them elves want to raise. So that's all I got for now. So thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be good, be kind, be nice. Did I say be nice? Yes. I think you should be nice. Did I say be nice? Be nice. See ya.